Well, again, welcome to Acon Podcast. I think couple months ago I reached out to you, told you that I'm creating this platform for the youth, really, youth empowerment to really spread knowledge, things that people in our age group have, the knowledge that we have. How can we sort of translate that back to the young kids, right? Because I feel like we are all intertwined in communities trying to do what we can, but I think the knowledge is it's missing overall for the general community and stuff. So first, I want to start with you telling us about Jaleen Smith. You know, your sequences you went through from school to school, from Texas to New Hampshire, back to Texas to overseas. Talk to us about yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm from like this little town called Freeport, Texas. Like maybe like 4,000 people in the town, you know?
Yeah.
And then I went to the high school there. The high school was called Brazosport High School. So then I went there all 4 of my high school years, and I played with some good talent, So we was like really good.
Yeah.
All 4 years I was there.
Yeah.
So that was like a big thing. Just going into high school, just seeing a bunch of guys that are better than me.
Right.
So that'll just make me better throughout the 4 years. And luckily enough, that experience in high school, it helped me shape me for New Hampshire. And then New Hampshire, my first year in New Hampshire, that was a whole different ball game too.
Facts.
Just seeing all those players, like they're like they're older guys, but they're like better than me.
Mm-hmm.
So that just made me push more and more just to be better than them.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, the 3 years I was at New Hampshire.
Yeah.
We was really good those 3 years.
Right. So I want to ask this. You've always been super humble. And it's always driven you to become the best self you can be on and off the court. Talk to us about that. What makes you super humble and to help you get to where you are now?
Just where I grew up, man. Me and my mom and my little brother, little sister, we didn't really have much. So, just saying to myself, like, just remember the humble struggle, like the humble struggles, basically,
Yeah.
So I'm not like, I'm just thankful that everything that I got right now and moving forward, that I'm just thankful that I have it, because back then when I was little, it didn't have much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So talk to us a little more about that, because I think the struggles you went through and the challenges you've been able to overcome matters to a lot of kids, right? There's probably a little boy in Texas right now is going through the same situation you went through. I want you to talk about your struggles, how you were able to overcome them, and what your message would be to that kid overall.
Yeah, man. Like, so, it's just my mom, just my mom. Like, I didn't really have a dad growing up, like I see him a little bit when I was little, but, he wasn't like helping much with us. So it was just really just me and my mom. And then, I just had to be like the big brother, and just help my mom and help my little brother and sister just to get to like where they're at. And then, just doing for myself, so I could help them out.
Mm-hmm.
So just like a challenge like that, or what else can I think of? I wouldn't say I was I wouldn't say I was a bad kid, but my mom kept me in line,
Yeah.
just all that stuff. So I guess the like having like your dad part, I guess that could be like a struggle.
Right. That's a big challenge, right? Most people who don't grow up,
not having like a male figure in the house,
Yes, that's a big challenge. And you going from Texas to UNH, that transition, I'm assuming your first time out of Texas, right?
First time up north.
I
was out of the state the summer before, just going, for tournaments, but
right,
never for like anything else.
So what was that challenge like?
Oh man, the cold. That was a different cold. And then just seeing that amount of snow, and I've never heard of anything called black ice until I got up there. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But they tricked me, man. Like the first, like when I visited, it was like April, and it was nice weather.
And campus was beautiful.
This is some nice weather. Like they have sun. It's hot, but then it has wind and it's cool,
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, this is nice, man. Like, where's the paper? I signed up.
Yeah.
that winter came, I'm like, oh man, this is too cold, bro. This is too cold. So that was a big shock. And then the schooling is it's a lot different than how I was taught, like going through school. So I had
Yeah.
to adjust to that as well.
Right. Right.
And,
Do you feel
luckily,
like?
like, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you feel like you were really supported as a student athlete at UNH?
Yeah, I believe so. Like first year, didn't think I would make it through college, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then they had people help me. I had like a tutor named
Yeah. Yeah.
Carly,
Mhm.
one of the two, and she helped me my second year, and she helped me different ways just to study for tests and stuff like that. I mean, I felt really supported whenever I went through school over there in New Hampshire.
Right. So let's talk about on the basketball court, because when you came in as a freshman, you were a backup, right?
Yeah, not even backup, probably like a backup. Wasn't playing much.
So what was going through Jalen's mind? Like, yo, I can't be a backup no more. Like, you're competitive. I need to like go past these dudes. Like, I'm better than this.
Yeah, exactly. Like that first, like that's a part of the trust transition too. It was from high school, like you're the man in high school, You're getting like 30 points a game, and now you're going to college. Well, I went into college not even playing. I'm like, yo, am I really like? I had you questioning like, am I really that bad that he's not playing me? And then
Yeah.
that's when it gets into your confidence a little bit.
Yeah.
And that like, I just learned that like playing pro, like your confidence is everything, man. Like if you're not confident in what you're doing, then
So how do you
you
think
do
people
that.
really get that? How did you get that confidence, I guess?
Just being in the gym, just reassuring myself like I can do this, I can do that.
I
Just,
can't.
that's what the gym is for, just to get your confidence up. That's why I see it as.
I agree, because
And I
I
just
I can attest to that. I saw you in the gym a lot of times, late nights. You're
exactly,
always there
exactly,
shooting.
exactly. You was there with us too, man.
Yeah.
Like that, like that stuff, man. It just helps you so much.
Right.
And then
Right.
that like stuff on the basketball court, that helped me. And then the books, start getting more confident in my books, and that helped me a lot too.
Right.
So that was, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I remember that again. You, Tanner, Iba, you were always in there, and
yeah.
y'all three in your prime time at UNH. That was the school's prime time in basketball.
Yeah.
So talk about how you guys hit your peak level at UNH, and then when you left, ain't nobody hearing
Yeah,
about
man.
UNH no more.
Well, I'm about to say, you just had a lot of guys that just hungry, and we were just always in the gym, like you said. You always seen us in the gym, either during the day between classes or after at late nights after practice. Man, we just be grinding.
Right.
I'm not saying that the guys that are there, not like the guys that are there, they're not grinding, but it's just I don't know. And we just had like it was like a brotherhood. We was trying to do something special for the school.
Right.
And we were just trying to just ball out and not lose, just win games.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel that. So you went from UNH. By the time you graduated, you were like the number one like player pretty much on the team, right? Like you were the point guard of the team. You were playing every single game of every season from your sophomore year, I think, right? From your sophomore year all the way. And the way you control the game, I always was fascinated by it, because you weren't like this high flying guy. You weren't like the shooter that like some people would think you were. Although now you are that shooter. I think I've seen some clips of you. You're like going nuts on
You seen
people.
it, right? Hey, that fool got strapped now. Huh? That boy can shoot that thing now.
Yeah. So
That boy can shoot that thing now.
exactly. So like talk about how at UNH, how you were able to control the game as a point guard, because I want to get into that detail so the young kids could like look at you and be like, yo, this is how I was able to do it, although I didn't have that confidence, but this is what I had to do to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I just you got to get a lot of leeway from the coach, man. Like Coach Aaron, he just let me do whatever, and I knew I was playing like 35 to 40 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So I knew I could get away with whatever I wanted, how I wanted to play, how I wanted the game. And I just knew I could get away with that. And, some coaches, they won't give you that lead. They'll just have you play like one certain way.
Right.
And if you don't do it their way, then you just get out.
Right.
Like, I've seen it a lot. But I think it's just getting a lot of leeway from the coach. And then just It just depends on how you see the game too.
Right, right. I think you've alluded to this already. But how do you get a coach's confidence?
Yeah, just gotta have trust, you know. I mean, most coaches that I've known that they you just do the little things, you know, like take charges, dive for loose balls, just to show that you're on their side, you know.
Because every coach wants you to play defense.
Exactly.
And you play defense.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Hey, they love it, man. Every coach I've had has been like a defensive coach, and I've loved it. Yeah. I just love defense, man.
Right. So now let's talk about the transition from being a 20-7 or 5 rebound, 7 assist guy at UNH to now, I'm going to the pros. Just talk about that transition.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, in college, I wasn't much of a shooter, right?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Over here, I wasn't taking shots. I was just trying to drive
and kick,
do some crazy stuff, and it would just turn out bad. So first year of pro, I struggled a lot, and then maybe towards the end of the first year, I started getting it a little bit. But it was that second year playing pro, it finally clicked in my head like, you have to shoot these shots, man. They gonna give you these shots, and it was weird. When I was like, dang, they're really gonna let me shoot. So after that, I just kept shooting. And then you start making so many shots, they gotta run them towards you, and that just allowed my driving game to open up.
Right.
So after that, I just became a shooter. Just started just straight shots. That's all I did.
Like literally, I watched a highlight of you the other day that you posted somewhere, bro. Every shot you took was almost threes. Like it was just. Yeah, driving, crossover, step back, threes.
Exactly.
I'm like, Jay never did this in college. It was really like drive and kick. Dion is on the side, you're shooting.
Yeah, exactly. And I just learned that second year pro.
So obviously you're talking about how that second year like helped you leap into that. But again, the confidence that you got there was, I'm sure, a little different, and the experiences were a little different than the confidence you got in college, because now in the pros you're making money, so you're held more accountable, right? So like they need you to provide right away. So how were you able to really stand still? Like what kind of support system did you have around you thought really helped you get to that position?
Just talking with just people that know basketball,
Mm-hmm.
And they just telling me, and people that have been pros, they just telling me, man, you just gotta take the shot. You gotta get yours, but you have to play within the team. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I was doing that in just with both teams, right. In Heidelberg and in Lewisburg.
Mm-hmm.
I would get the shots, but I would do it within the flow of the offense.
Okay.
And it's like you might even get it like one time within the possession.
Right.
You have to just do the best you can with it,
Yeah, I feel you. So like,
but in college, you get, like I said, I played 35 to 40 minutes, so I knew I could pick and choose when I wanted to get shots or pass the ball,
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, the pros, you play like 20 to 30.
Right. So what was the first team you played with? What's the name of them? And what city?
Heidelberg.
What city
Heidelberg.
was that? Oh,
Heidelberg.
that's the city name?
Yeah, that's the city name, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm about to say, if you look up Frankfurt, it's like an hour away from Frankfurt.
Okay, are they both in Germany?
Yeah, they're both in Germany, yeah.
Okay, all right, that's what I was confused on. Because you play with Tanner, right?
Yeah, I played with Tanner this past year, yeah.
Okay, all right. So before we get there, talk about you. So you've had these transition from Texas to New Hampshire, experiencing something completely different, the climate pretty much.
Yeah.
From New Hampshire to Germany, a place you've probably never been to, don't speak the language. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, for the parts I'm in Germany, they speak in good English because they had like military bases, right?
Yeah.
So they speak really good English, but like the food is really good. Like the food is amazing. I love German food.
I bet. What's your favorite food?
Yeah, bro. I always say schnitzel. Schnitzel is like breaded pork.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really good. They do like different sauces and they serve it with fries. It's really good.
That's good. That's good. Any like
Yeah.
any favorite like touristic area?
So, Berlin.
Okay.
Berlin. Oh man, that's a big city. I love that city. I visited the last 3 years actually.
Mm,
The last 3 years I visited,
that's
and
awesome.
that's how in love I went with the city.
That's pretty cool. So now
Yeah.
you play with Tanner on the same team in college for 4 years, pretty much. You know each other really well. You know exactly what he wants. You know exactly where he likes his ball. And Tanner had always been a shooter in college too, right? Because he
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
them
he was
threes in
shooting.
college a lot. Um,
Yeah.
so and now you're in the pros together. With a lot of other talented dudes that you played against in your conference. So talk
Mhm.
about that. How did that come about, and what did you like the most about that?
Yeah, man. It was just I don't know, like so I signed maybe a week before Tanner sent me a text and it was a picture of him getting the contract from the same team. And I'm like, oh yo, sign that. Hurry and sign that. And then that's where it started from there. And then
Yeah.
you know, just talking with him, just seeing how he is and how he liking the team and stuff.
Right.
Just know it was just good to have somebody that I knew
Exactly.
being there, especially going through this tough the season, going through the season.
Right.
Never knowing what might happen. So that was pretty cool to play with Tanner again.
For sure. For sure. So talk about um this is I want you to kind of like educate the young kids out there. You had a successful team this past season, obviously.
Yeah.
I want you to talk about all the successes you guys had, the one you're most proud of, and then talk about what helped you really be successful. I want you to really get deep into the basketball knowledge here. What made you
Yeah.
successful as a team and as an individual player?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, this year's team, man, like we had a bunch of guys that are just, no name, trying to make a name. So we had just had a bunch of guys like that, and like that was like a big part of our success. It was just we had so many weapons on offense, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll even play defense too.
Mm.
And like this past season, we went undefeated at home. Like the crowd was like nuts for us every game, bro. Like stadium sold out,
Right.
and that's like really crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it's just we just play for one another, and we figured out everybody's spots really good.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew like our point guard, he's just gonna come down, dribble. If he gets a layup, he gets it. If not, he's gonna slow it down and run the offense. We just knew what was gonna happen,
Right.
and we just had guys that would just give it up, good spots, and we just had a lot of shooters too.
Mm. That's
And that was
awesome.
like really, yeah, it was like we was really well knit. It was really the team was put together really good.
Right, right. Not to sidetrack you, I was talking to Cedric Maxwell. I don't know if you know him. He played for the
Nah.
Celtics.
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
yeah, Max Cornbread. So I had him on the podcast. I was talking to him about sort of like team bonding, and he was like, sacrifice is the biggest thing. So for your team, what kind of sacrifices did you make in order to be successful? Because you guys you were champion last season, right?
We got second.
You got second. Okay, so yeah, talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit. What kind of sacrifices
Yeah.
you made individually and your team you feel made in order for you to be successful?
Well, I felt like with the team I was on, I just had to be like a defensive stopper. Like I just guard the best player, and I'll just do whatever I can. And then on the offense, I would just be a spot up shooter. You know, do whatever needs to be done on offense, just spot up and shoot the ball.
Right.
So that's why I felt like I was like this past season.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then Corona stopped, and then when we hit in the tournament, they played me more at point guard, and that's more my natural position. So I end up more having to dribble more,
Right.
just having to do a lot of more stuff with the ball in my hands.
Right.
But then that opened up everybody's eyes, like, oh my God, he could do more than just guard and shoot.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah. So that's a big thing too, adjusting your role to how the team is.
I saw a video of
really
you
big.
like just you driving left and then cut back, put the ball between your back leg, and then the defender drops and then you lay it in. That was like I think that the highlight of last season. Like
Yeah,
talk about
yeah,
what was
exactly. Yeah,
talk about that
exactly.
play, please.
Oh my God! So that dude, man, his name is Kareem Jallo. He was just man. He was like the like he just has long arms and just huge hands, bro. It's ridiculous. So I just see I get the ball. I'm
Yeah.
dribbling because I knew I had a big I could beat him. I'm dribbling. I see Kareem. He drops his hand down, and if you dribble by his hand, he's gonna take it regardless.
Right.
So I just like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I went behind the back,
Yeah.
threw my legs, got it back. Both of the defenders froze and looked at me, and I just laid it up.
You were
That
like,
was
this is
crazy.
cake.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I got it. I can't believe I did that either.
Yo,
I did that either.
that was fire. That was like a
Yeah, it
CP3
was.
type of move.
Huh?
It was a CP3 type of move right there.
Yeah, facts.
You know?
Facts.
Um,
Yeah, that's facts.
yeah. So I want you. Is there any like cool stories that you have in mind that you can tell our audience, while you were playing overseas in the pros?
Cool stories.
I'm
Let's
putting
see.
you on the spot here.
Yeah, you are putting me on the spot, bro.
It could be with like any celebrity that you met, or like it could be on the
Oh,
basketball
yeah.
court or
Oh, man,
anything
yeah,
like
okay,
that.
so hold on real quick.
How you doing?
Doing an interview, man. But anyways, yeah, so we met this. You heard of this rapper called Young and May?
Oh yeah.
So it was my second year in Germany, and this is when I played with Heidelberg. So we're going on this, we go on like this preseason tournament.
Yeah.
Or preseason training. There you go.
Yeah.
Training. So we go to training, and we're on our way to training. We see this black van, and my boy was like, "Yo, is that Young and May?" The door was kind of open, and I'm like, "Nah, that's not her, bro. She ain't over here." He's like, "Nah, I think that's her, bro." It was, mind you, it was one of the Germans. One of the Germans. So that was interesting. He's like, "Yeah, that's Young and May." I'm like, "No, it's not." So I look, and I just stare at her. I'm like, "Yo, that is Young and May, bro. That is crazy."
Did she have
And
like
then,
dreads on or something?
With dreads,
Yeah.
she had a hat on.
Okay.
So I couldn't really recognize her. And she had her back turned.
Yeah.
And then I knocked on the door. I was like, "Yo, are you Young and May?" And the bodyguard like, yo, no, she's not. She's not Young and May. She's not Young and May. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, "Yeah, I'm Young and yeah, I'm her. What's up?" I'm like, "Yo." Yeah, I was like, I'm wondering if we could get a picture. Shit.
Yeah.
So I got that. I mean, I could pull it. I could send it to you through I got it on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely send that to me.
Yeah, so we took a picture with her.
That's
so that
dope.
was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's sick. Wow, like she's known in Germany, and like I'm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know her like her music expanded over there, but yeah.
That's pretty cool. So Jay, we're about to wrap this up, and I want you to kind of like end it with what is your message to young bulls out there, like a 15-year-old Jaleen who wants to follow your path to becoming the basketball player you are right now, and making the money you're making.
Yeah, man, just stay in school, don't be in trouble. Just stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane, get it done. Work hard every chance you get, because you never know when the ball's gonna stop for you.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Are you doing any like camps, summer camps, or anything like that where like?
No, not at the moment. No.
No. Okay. Is that something you're thinking of in the future or no?
Yeah, because right now I'm going between like Houston and like someplace 6 hours away in Texas, like close by Mexico.
Yeah.
So I'm not really stable in one place. I'm just moving back and forth.
Okay. So
Just
you're
seeing
going back
families.
with the same team for next season?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay.
But we'll find out next couple days, bro.
Oh, you're not gonna make the decision now?
Nah, not yet. But they're in the mix, though. They're in the mix.
All right, sounds good. Hey, please let us know. Jay, yo, brother, thanks for always coming on and telling us about your stories and stuff. We want to hear more from you, and we wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, next season is gonna be hopefully a championship next season. So
Yeah.
we pray and wish you the best of luck in that endeavor. Do you have any other word or last word?
Yeah, shout out to you, AK, bro. Appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, bro.
All right, no worries, bro. Well, again, thank you for coming.
All right, okay.
Thanks,
Gotcha.
Jay. All right, Pete.